My name's Lewin. I'm a corporate vice president at Microsoft in the developer and platform evangelism area.
Gervais Restaurant, authentic French cuisine in Silicon Valley.
I focus on working with early stage businesses, typically venture-backed. I also work with the strategic relationships that we have with large software companies that we also compete with. So, because we're a platform company, we have a lot of relationships that are also competitive. So, I live and work in Silicon Valley, which is somewhat unusual for Microsoft senior people, and again, I spend my time with the venture community and then a lot of the large ISV software company partners that we also compete with. The terrific time in the industry and a lot of interesting things going on around service orientation and web services. Our group focuses on all of Microsoft's platform assets, whether it's the programmable platform of Windows and SQL or Office as a platform for moving data and interoperability. So you could really think about us as the group that focuses on interoperability, the open interfaces, and the open standards that we support in all of our products these days.
So when you're looking with your connection, with your interaction with the VC community, are you looking for maybe new companies, interesting companies perhaps to invest in, or what exactly is your...
Sure. We work with early stage businesses, typically where we know the entrepreneurs or the financiers. We're not normally a direct investor. That's not the typical behavior for us. Because we succeed when our partners succeed and when they use our tools and our underlying servers and platform technologies, we're really looking to create an environment that is really a clarifying environment where people can understand where we are going, and in turn we can create market opportunities for businesses that are betting on our underlying technologies. So more or less we're looking to help and also to provide guidance so that people understand where we are going so they can make an intelligent choice, which sometimes is to compete with us, and that's fine. And then sometimes they just don't want to bump into us because we're a big software company, which is the case with us or Oracle or anyone else, and they don't want to go head on with us. Certainly more than welcome to. But there's so much going on in the industry today that is opportunity. And a way to think about it is that web services and a commitment to all the standards, which we're fully committed to, and interoperability and moving data in and out of our systems, in and out of Office and SQL Server, we're really going out to the edge of the network. And so that presents immense opportunity for startup companies, and again, we're looking to help guide them. And then in some cases we also are an acquirer, so that's another facet of the way why we pay attention. Well, startup companies that have typically studied Microsoft, because I would venture that a quality or capable startup wants to pay attention to what all the big software companies are doing, and we're one of the big software companies. So to the extent they know what we're up to and they can see a correlation between what they're doing and what we're doing, they should reach out to us. It doesn't necessarily require that they are using all of our platform technology. That's fine. They can go to our website and look up the emerging business team. If they're in a country outside of the US, we have our developer leaders in country, and typically if they're an ISV, they can find them through the local offices. There is a website, the Startup Zone, which they can take a look at, and that's really an indicator and a pointer to all of the what we call portfolio managers, so you can know who to contact by space, by area, market space. So you can go to the Microsoft website and look up the Startup Zone, or go to Microsoft.com and look up venture capital and emerging businesses. Cool. We have dedicated people in France. We have an announced program working with a dozen or so French venture capital firms and 25 or so startup companies. That's the first year. Marc Jalabert is the most senior person in the French subsidiary for us, who's responsible for the developer community. Thomas Defay is in charge of working with all the ISVs in our French operations. And Julien, I cannot pronounce his last name. My French is no good. I'm sorry, Julien. Works for Thomas. And so that's the hierarchy. Mark, who's the most senior person, works for the president of Microsoft France. So it's a very well-placed organization. And again, they're all available and they'd be glad to interact. We're looking at, if I was to generalize the raw numbers, we're looking at several hundred companies a month. That filters down into some manageable number that we can actually do interesting things with. So I wouldn't necessarily name a specific name. The relationships, as we work through them and where we can be helpful, the testimonials and case studies are up on the website, and they're all posted up there. You can take a look at those. We like to say innovation starts here. That's kind of a primary marketing slogan, if you will, for pointing people to these young companies. Again, I would say go to the Startup Zone. It's all put up there. Terrific conference that really is one of the best conversations of the industry players around what's going on in enterprise software, and it's a terrific collection of people, and it's a great, I'd say, both conference and also there's a lot of good social benefit from this kind of networking. So I think everyone in the industry that is paying attention comes to this event.
Thanks, Daniel.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Gervais Restaurant, authentic French cuisine in Silicon Valley.